Good morning, dear students. Welcome back to the next section of our second chapter, From Trade to Power. In the last class, we have discussed about the European powers who reached India for trade. Who were the European powers? Yes, Portuguese, Dutch, English and the French. Today we are going to discuss about the topic the competition for the monopoly of trade. The competition for the monopoly of trade. The competition for the monopoly of trade. Monopoly means complete control. Then we already learned that the European powers competed for monopolizing trade with India. Portuguese and Dutch defeated at the very beginning. What was the reason behind this? Yes, Portuguese could not establish their trade centers in India. They did not enough have economic and military resources to compete with other European powers. Then Dutch were fought with Marthandavarma and they defeated in the Battle of Colossal in 1741. This was the reason behind this. Portuguese and Dutch could not establish their trade centers in India. But the English and the French, their rivalry lasted long. The war between the French and English continued for a long time. War between English and French continued for a long time. The series of conflict is known as Carnatic Wars. Carnatic Wars. Carnatic Wars between French and English. French and English. English and French, their rivalry lasted long. Then the war between English and French is known as Carnatic Wars. Then Carnatic is a region in present Tamil Nadu. Then it is known as Carnatic. Their war between the English and French mainly happened in the Carnatic region, present Tamil Nadu. So it is known as Carnatic Wars. The result of the war was ultimately the French was defeated. French defeated. Ultimately, French defeated. Then the English established their dominance in India. Then next we are going to the topic, the company gains power. The company gains power. The company gains power. Company means English East India Company. Then let us discuss how the English East India Company established their political power in India. How the English East India Company established their political power in India. Then after gaining the monopoly of trade, the English East India Company focused on acquisition of power in India. Then English East India Company, they establishing their trade relationship with India. After the trade relationship with India, they focused on acquisition of power. Acquisition of power means the obtaining power. Obtaining power means the political power. Then they started establishing their political power in India. Then at first the English East India Company gained power in Bengal. First they gained power in Bengal. They establishing their political power in Bengal. Then so many factors prompted the company to capture power in Bengal. So many factors prompted the English East India Company to gain power in Bengal. One among them, the agricultural prosperity. Agricultural prosperity. Then another one was the convenient trade facilities. After establishing trade relationship with India, English East India Company, they establishing their political power with India. Agricultural prosperity and convenient trade facility. These are the factors the English East India Company to prompted or gain power in Bengal. Then British defeated Sirajud-Dowla, the Nawab of Bengal, at the Battle of Plassey in 1757. British defeated in the time of the Nawab of Bengal is Sirajud-Dowla. Sirajud-Dowla. British defeated Sirajud-Dowla in the Battle of Plassey. Battle of Plassey in 1757. But the entire Bengal came under the company rule in the Battle of Buxar in 1764. Battle of Buxar. The Battle of Plassey, British defeated Sirajud-Dowla, but the entire Bengal came under the British rule in the Battle of Buxar in 1764. Here we can see the map of British India after the Battle of Buxar. Now let's discuss about the Battle of Plassey and Buxar. British could succeed the Battle of Plassey through the secret alliance with Robert Clive and Mir Jaffer. British could succeed in the Battle of Plassey with a secret alliance with Robert Clive and Mir Jaffer. Robert Clive, he was the Commander-in-Chief of British, and Mir Jaffer, Commander-in-Chief of Sirajud-Dowla. Then British could succeed the Plassey War with a secret alliance with Robert Clive and Mir Jaffer. But the success in Buxar War due to the military power of British. But in the success of Buxar War due to the military power of British. Then they defeated the combined force of Shah Alam. Combined force of Shah Alam and Shujat-Dowla. Shujat-Dowla and Mir Qasim. British defeated the combined force of Shah Alam. Shah Alam is the Mughal emperor. Then Shujat-Dowla, Nawab of Oudh, and Mir Qasim. He is the former Nawab of Bengal. They defeated the combined force of the combined force in Buxar War. Then next we are discussing the topic the Rhine expanse. The Rhine expanse. After gaining the complete control in Bengal, the English East India Company extended their domination in another regions. Mysore was another region that was subjugated by the British. Mysore was another region that was subjugated. Subjugated means they added or gained control. Mysore. They established their political dominance in Mysore. What was the reason behind this? Or let us discuss the reasons for to conquer Mysore. First one was Mysore became the dominant power in South India during the reign of Tipu Sultan and Hyder Ali. Then next one was their domination. Their domination extended even the areas of Malabar. This interpreted the trade relation that British in Malabar region. Another reason was the friendly relation that Tipu maintained with the French. This made them to conquer Mysore. This was the reasons to conquer Mysore. What was the reasons? One among them, Mysore was the powerful kingdom in South India during the reign of Tipu Sultan and Hyder Ali. Then their trade extended even the areas of Malabar. This interrupted the trade relation of British. Then another reason was friendly relationship maintained Tipu with the French. This made them conquer Mysore. Then Tipu fought bravely with British and died fighting in the 4th Anglo-Mysore War. 4th Anglo-Mysore War. Tipu fought bravely with British, but he died in the 4th Anglo-Mysore War. British had to fight 4 wars with Mysore. First Anglo-Mysore War, second, third and 4th. They fight 4 wars with Mysore. With the success of the British in Mysore wars, Malabar, Coorg came under the British rule. With the success of Mysore wars, the result of Mysore wars, Malabar and Coorg. Coorg came under the British control. Then the British annexed Malabar with the Treaty of Srirangapatnam. British annexed Malabar with the Treaty of Srirangapatnam. Malabar as per the Treaty of Srirangapatnam between Tipu and the British after the 3rd Anglo-Mysore War. Tipu died in the 4th Anglo-Mysore War. Then the result of Mysore War was Malabar Coorg came under the British rule. Then Malabar annexed as per the Treaty of Srirangapatnam with Tipu and British in the 3rd Anglo-Mysore War. Then after Bengal and Mysore, the British conquered the Marathas. After Bengal and Mysore. After Bengal and Mysore, British conquered the Marathas. The reason for that was the Marathas were a threat to the cotton trade of British. They conquered Marathas. The reason for that, they were the threat to the cotton trade of British. Threat to the cotton trade. Then after that the British conquered the princely state Sindh, Punjab and Awadh. After that the British conquered the princely state Punjab, Awadh and Sindh. After Bengal and Mysore, they conquered the Marathas. The reason for that, they were the threat to the cotton trade of British. Then after the Marathas, they conquered the princely state Punjab, Awadh and Sindh. Then we have seen that the British conquered the princely state through the military force. But certain other princely states were added through the treaties and legislations. So many princely states, they were added to the military force, but some other princely states, they added some treaties and legislation. Now let's discuss the treaties and legislation. How the British annexed the princely state through treaties and legislations. The first one was subsidiary alliance. Subsidiary alliance. Subsidiary alliance was introduced by Lord Wellesley. It was introduced by Lord Wellesley. Then what is subsidiary alliance? The rulers who signed the subsidiary alliance were assured the protection by the company against the invasions and internal revolts. It was subsidiary alliance. The rulers who signed the subsidiary alliance, then they were assured the protection by the company against the invasions and internal revolts. But the actual administrative power of the states were with the representatives of the company. It was subsidiary alliance. It was introduced by Lord Wellesley. Subsidiary alliance. What is subsidiary alliance? The content of the subsidiary alliance was the rulers who signed the subsidiary alliance were assured the protection by the company against the invasions and internal revolts. But the actual administrative power of the states were with the representatives of the company. So many princely states were added through the subsidiary alliance. They were Hyderabad, Tanjavur, Indore. Hyderabad, Tanjavur, Indore entered into the subsidiary alliance. They annexed this princely state through the subsidiary alliance. It was introduced by Lord Wellesley. They annexed Hyderabad, Tanjavur and Indore through the subsidiary alliance. Second one, Doctrine of Lapse. Doctrine of Lapse. It was introduced by Dalhousie. Doctrine of Lapse introduced by Dalhousie. Lord Dalhousie. Then Doctrine of Lapse. As per the policy, when the ruler of a princely state died without a male heir, the British could annex the state with the British India. It was Doctrine of Lapse. Doctrine of Lapse was as per the policy. As per the policy means Doctrine of Lapse. When a ruler of a princely state died without a male heir, it was annexed with the British India. Then British annexed the princely state Sambalpur. They annexed the princely state with the policy of Doctrine of Lapse. The princely states were Sambalpur, another one was Satara. Then next one Jhansi. Then Nagpur and Udaipur. Nagpur and Udaipur. They annexed this princely state through the Doctrine of Lapse. Then almost all the princely state came under the British rule. Almost all the princely state came under the British rule by 1857, and they established a unified system of administration. Here we can see the map of British India. Almost all of India came under the British rule by 1857. Let's revise the points that we have learned today. Today we are going to discuss about the topic the competition for the monopoly of trade. We already learned that the Portuguese and Dutch defeated at the very beginning, but the rivalry between French and English lasted long. The war between the French and the English continued for a long time. The series of conflicts is known as Carnatic Wars. Then the Carnatic Wars mainly happened in the region of Carnatic, present Tamil Nadu, so it is known as Carnatic Wars. Then we have discussed about the how the British established their political power in India. The company gains power in India. After gaining the monopoly of trade, they established their political power in India. They focused, the English East India Company focused on the acquisition of power in India. First they gained power in Bengal. So many factors prompted to the company to capture power in Bengal. The first one was agricultural prosperity, and the another one was convenient trade facilities. Then these are the factors that prompted company gain power in Bengal. Then the British defeated Siraj-ud-Dowla in the Battle of Plassey. Then the complete control after the War of Buxar in 1764. Then we have discussed about the Plassey and Buxar Wars. British could succeed the Battle of Plassey through the Secret Alliance, but the Battle of Buxar was due to the military power of British. Then after gaining the complete control in Bengal, and the English East India Company extended their domination in another regions. Then we have discussed about the Rhine expanse. Then we have discussed about the Mysore was another region that subjugated by the British. In that time, the Mysore was ruled by Tipu Sultan and Hyder Ali. Then they conquered Mysore. And after that they concentrated the region Marathas. It was the reason that they were the threat to the cotton trade of India. Then we have discussed about the treaties and legislations. The important among them, subsidiary alliance and doctrine of lapse. Subsidiary alliance introduced by Lord Wellesley. Then doctrine of lapse introduced by Lord Dalhousie. Many princely states they annexed through the treaties and legislations. Then almost all India came under the British rule and they implemented a unified system. An assignment for you. The question is, the British annexed the princely state through wars and treaties. Write the names of wars and treaties and also write the names of princely states. Once again, the British annexed the princely state through wars and treaties. Write the names of wars and treaties and also write the names of princely states. It's all about this chapter. We are going to start in the next chapter in the next section. Thank you all for listening my class.